All right, and we're live. All right, and then who's ready for a countdown?
Not me.
I am. And I'm also ready for the clap.
I'm ready for the countdown. That's 2 versus 1, so countdown wins.
Johnny's won.
Yeah, don't forget 2 versus 1. I'm ready. So it's 3 versus 1.
Oh crap!
Wait, well, I figured that you were a biased party considering you were doing the countdown.
I didn't know he was allowed to vote on things.
Does Johnny get a vote? Oh, we've made a terrible mistake.
Can we just give him like half a vote or something?
3/5.
Recount.
Oh, John, no.
I thought I was going to get in trouble for doing the obvious recount joke.
Oh shit, I need my glasses.
All right, yeah, I'm ready to go when you guys are.
Okay. All right. Wait for Jesse to get his belt. All right.
He's gotta
5,
have a belt.
4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to Game That Tune.
Oh yeah, what's going on, everybody? It's Game That Tune back in the house once again. It's ya boy John Harrington here. We got John Regan with us. Say hey.
Hey.
We got David Fleming. Say hey.
Hey.
And we've got the champ Jesse Moore. Say hey.
Oh hey, I'm here. I'm just hungry.
That's okay. Yeah, you got a little mouthful going. I get it, man. Because this is going to be a fantastic episode of Game That Tune. If you're just joining us here on the show, what we're going to do is listen to some video game tunes. We've each got 3 songs from a game. We're going to try and guess each other's games based on the songs. A little bit of trivia. We're going to goof off. Going to have a lot of fun. Have a couple snacks. And the winner at the end of the night gets to pick the theme for the next episode and play some bonus tunes. And he was hungry for victory last week in our championship edition, retaining that belt. It was the champ, Jesse Moore. And Jesse, what do you got for the theme for this week's episode?
Well, as the fattest member of GTT, I do believe it is time to show my belly, as it were. And we're going to do fat games because we're fat and we know it.
That's right, baby. You know, like I said last week when you declared this theme, we ain't fat shaming, we're fat celebrating. Games with fat characters. Honestly, I think it's a lot of fun. Damn, there it is. There's Jesse giving you the full view. Jesse is, he's a proud man. He's a handsome man, handsome devil, and he's not afraid to show it to our live viewers, podcast viewers. Just imagine it. It's big. It's white. It's Jesse's stomach. And yeah, I think we're gonna have an interesting show because I mean, really, there's I feel like there might not be enough games, like fat representation in games might not be enough, like there's just, in researching for this episode, it feels like there's not enough fat heroes in games. There are a few fat villains every now and then you get your comedy relief characters. And, I feel like, there need to be some more games with some, fat heroes out there. So I'm hoping we brought some of those tonight. I'm trying to. We can save it for a discussion. We'll end the show with a discussion of like our favorite fat heroes, but I don't want to tip the hands too early. But yeah, we got 5 great games. We got a fantastic fan request, and we're all just feeling it tonight. So let's jump right into it, Johnny. Let's make a big splash with game 1.
Game 1.
All right. So this game was a free digital bonus for another game that was being crowdfunded. This game plays a lot like River City Ransom and or Double Dragon 2, and it is also based on a series of movie properties. This being mostly based on the second movie of the series. So, how you guys feeling this evening?
I'm feeling very good.
I'm feeling hungry, to be honest.
Mm.
Yeah,
Probably
not
go
great.
for a donut or something.
Oh
Yeah,
man, that
should have
sounds
had
great.
something
I
before
would
the show.
love some donuts.
Get some wings.
So I feel like
should-
I should know this based on that trivia. And
You should have
like, the
stopped at the
music.
convenience store and picked something up,
Hmm.
or maybe even the mall.
Donuts and wings. It's an interesting combination.
Make a sandwich out of it. It's great. All right.
Anyway, are we not showing our answers? Let's go
I was
on.
waiting for y'all to show them. Let's see. Oh man. Oh man. Okay, so Johnny said Teenage Mutant obese turtles on their backs. That's obviously incorrect. John said Blues Brothers, incorrect. And David with the correct answer. Snooch to the motherfucking nooch. Jay and Silent Bob Mall Brawl. Zoinks.
Of course.
Nice.
Yeah, this game is actually a lot of fun and really difficult, and you can beat up the Easter Bunny, so that's pretty great.
Is it the Easter Bunny that's like meeting with kids in the mall, or is the
Yeah.
Easter Bunny? Oh, okay.
Have you not seen Mallrats, David?
No, I have. It's admittedly been a while, but I was like, wait, it's the mall Easter Bunny, right? It's not like the actual Easter Bunny just happens to come in. It's like, God, do you fuck up Santa Claus too?
No, because I don't think it's that time of year. There is a movie that you fight as well, so that's fun.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm a big Kev Smith fan, so this game is amazing to me because it's just a fucking 2-player beat 'em up, but you're Jay and Silent Bob.
That's
Yeah, word.
awesome.
I literally had no idea this existed.
Yeah, and it looks just like a fucking NES game. Maybe a little more detailed. I'm not sure. I haven't made a quite comparison between the hardware, but that's not usually what I do, so why would I?
Oh, wow, and this just came out this year. It's a fairly new game.
Yeah, it's on the Switch and on PC.
Sorry, I'm looking up some
Yeah,
screenshots
yeah,
and
it's,
stuff while we talk about it.
But like
Yeah,
it starts
what-
off with like LaFours chasing you down, like in Mallrats, and you hide. And I guess your goal is to try to stop that game show from being made.
Yeah, okay, seriously, this is baffling to me. I'm sorry. Was there in 2020 they released basically a Mighty Final Fight version of Mallrats?
Yeah.
Like, this is insane. What the hell? Why did this happen? And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm literally like just baffled as to why or how this happened. Like,
Oh, you can also get it on NES. Like you can get an NES cart that you can
right, you
put
get a
in your
cart. Yeah, because
Nintendo.
one of the results in my
Wow.
search says like, NES cart for sale. I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
That
that box
is
is really neat.
dedication. That's hardcore.
That's cool. That's fucking really cool. But it's a fun
said-
game.
You said it was it started off as a bonus for a Kickstarter. What was
Yeah.
the Kickstarter?
There's another
Yeah.
game that they're working on called Jay and Silent Bob Chronic Blunt Punch, and it's like a beat 'em up, but it's more like cartoony graphics and real like more advanced, I guess. And so they just made this 8-bit version, kind of like a free bonus. It's kind of like what they did with Bloodstained, how they had the 8-bit version too.
Right.
I think maybe they should just stop here. I don't think they need to keep going. Like this
Yeah.
this seems perfect.
I feel like God making an actual NES version had to be so much more work. Like that it kind of makes sense. Like because if you make an NES version, then you can just fire up emulators on the other platforms and call it a day. But still, you had to make that NES version. Like that's amazing. Like how do you do that? I have no idea. That's crazy.
I mean, I would imagine that at this point, NES development kits are fairly inexpensive. I don't think like there's a huge market for them.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm pretty sure it's free. I think what you really pay for is time. Like that's gotta take a bit to figure out. You can't just find like YouTube videos, like you do for like Unity game development. Yeah, like I don't know where you even begin to learn about this stuff.
Yeah, and I'm also thinking about it like, we all talk about Shovel Knight's this awesome retro game and has this fantastic style, but like Shovel Knight actually is way more advanced than an NES can handle. So to actually make a game that plays in your NES, it's like you're almost putting a restriction on yourself by doing that.
Yeah. No, that's like what makes jazz good is getting to do stuff within like weird constraints, and I feel like
I
making
hate whatever
NES
this comparison is going to be.
NES development is the jazz of development. Like it's so constrained, I'm pretty sure, and you get to experience a lot of creativity within those constraints, just like jazz.
Johnny, how long before the show did you start drinking? What the fuck was that analogy?
It totally makes sense. Have you not listened to jazz? Or
No,
played
I haven't
NES
listened to
games?
jazz. Ever. On purpose.
God, I know we say this a lot, but please timestamp that. I want that. How long before the show did you start drinking? What the fuck? I want that soundbite.
I'm not saying I don't follow you. I don't know. I feel like there had to be a better way of phrasing that, but I don't know, John. Anyway, it's this is crazy to me. Like I honestly I don't keep up with what's on Kickstarter anymore, so I had no idea that I guess Kevin Smith was trying to get Jay and Silent Bob games made. But no, this looks like a perfect little thing. The only way that I can think of that it would be a little bit better is to make it slightly more era appropriate and make it an SNES beat 'em up.
Well, the newer game is supposed to be more. Well, I guess more, not quite SNES, but better.
Oh.
If
I was picturing when you said like this was a bonus for the other game. I figured the other game was going to be more modern.
Yeah. Well, it's like a cartoony graphics.
Yeah, okay, so more like the River City Girls, like the recent Battletoads Streets of Rage type.
Yeah,
thing.
that stuff.
Gotcha. I mean, that's
If
cool too. But I'm just saying, like, if they wanted to make a true era-specific Mallrats SNES game, it would have been pretty fucking cool.
I was gonna say, if it was gonna be like more
Or-
Mallrat specific, wouldn't it be on Sega Genesis? Because
That's
he
right,
was
David.
obsessed with playing. Was it NHL '93?
It was that or 94, yeah. It was,
Yeah.
yeah. Breakfast Come and Go, Renee, but Hartford, the Whale? Yeah. They only win this game maybe once, maybe twice in a lifetime.
Oh God.
Yeah, I watched Mallrats a lot.
That's a good
So
one.
that's the other reason I'm kind of pissed that I don't know about this. Like, I'm sorry, this is right up my alley from my entire life from like 1997 through 2006 or so. Like, if this had come out years ago, I would have been all over this. I'm not the hugest Kevin Smith fan anymore, but I really have a great fondness for that early run of movies. So, damn, man, this, yeah. And it's nice that Kevin Smith's not so fat anymore. He had that horrifying, almost dying experience and seems to have, really gotten his life together. So I'm happy that he's still around. Happy we still have Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember reading about when he got kicked off that airplane, because they wanted him to buy his second seat. And I felt really bad for the guy. Like, that's rough.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
And yeah, I'm glad he managed to get figure it out. And not
he
die on
didn't
us.
quite figure it out. He had like a quadruple bypass and survived. So, thankfully he survived, I guess was what I was trying to say. I'm glad Kevin Smith's still around. Because he's
really
a cool dude. Makes some
He's a
fun
national
movies.
treasure.
When you think about it, like weight loss due to medical conditions, it's a lot like jazz.
Go on.
He's forced to do it within a set of constraints, which is, if you don't do this, your heart's going to explode again. And, it's beautiful in that way.
You need to add valves to your arteries, much like the valves of a saxophone.
Yeah, it's what jazz is all about, with the bipping and the bopping.
You see? Heart surgery's kind of like Kodak film.
No, it's like Jello pudding pops.
Okay, we're all over the place, goddammit.
But I mean, we're sitting here making a bunch of pop culture references. That's appropriate for a Kevin Smith game.
That's true.
It's true.
That's
Really,
that's
we've
very
been
true.
tying it together this whole time.
Yeah.
So, when this next game comes out, I assume it'll be just like the most, I don't know, Kevin Smith referential thing since that recent Jay and Silent Bob reboot. I assume they have to just pack it all into this insane beat 'em up game.
I don't know how much involvement he actually has in this game. I think
Damn
people
it.
I think people just came to him and was like, "Hey, we want to make game based on your characters," and he was probably like, "Oh, that sounds pretty awesome." And
Yeah.
of course, Jay is a huge gamer. He's a Twitch streamer too, which is
Oh,
ridiculous.
word?
Ooh, we're
Yeah.
rating his channel.
Yeah. Raiding Jay tonight.
God, that'd be awesome. He's
If
not-
he said Snoochie Boochie's game that tune, it would just make my
Oh
year.
my fuck, that would be the
Mm.
best.
Oh god, that would go on the soundboard in a heartbeat.
Yeah, because we record it when we raid other people. Anyway, man, what a fucking pick, Jesse. I'm
And of
very
course-
happy to have learned about this.
Kevin Smith is the fat man in this. As Jay yells, "Fly, fat ass, fly."
Good.
In other movies, he's I said, "Hey, have you ever let a fat man in an overcoat lick your ass?" So he's always referenced him as being fat. So
He's been very playful about his fatness for his
Yeah.
entire career.
so,
Fly, fat ass, fly was maybe my favorite line from Mallrats.
Yeah.
That shit cracked me up, man. That movie's so fucking good. It's so
Yeah.
stupid. And Fly, fat ass, fly is one of the best parts.
that'd be a good commentary.
God, oh yeah. It would actually. That
Good
movie's so fucking good in such a bad way. Like it's
That's great.
I don't know if it's good or not, but I can show some love to that movie.
It's not
Jesse,
good.
anything else
It's great,
on
John.
Is it
Um,
like jazz, John?
Yeah.
Mallrats is a little bit like jazz. And
Yeah, like
made under a set of constraints.
yeah, the constraints being, not a lot of budget.
Yeah, I understand, John. You don't have to
Oh.
explain this. I'm not going to accept this analogy for anything.
you get to see that what's her name, Joey something.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't even going to bring that up. I was going to try and keep it tasteful.
Oh.
I think pretty sure she was dating Kevin Smith at the time.
Yeah,
So,
she was.
yeah. Man. More on Joey Lauren Adams in our upcoming Mallrats commentary. In the meantime,
is-
let's
Chasing
move on to
Amy
the
is
next-
a double feature.
Hell yeah.
Game 2.
闇へと進みゆくうつろなくあの座己を全てを欺いて紡ぐことはに国よ
All right, guys. So this game introduced a new mode to the series called Phoenix Mode, which revives any fallen allied character on the next player phase. All right, so David wrote down his answer like 10 seconds into the first song. Let's see everybody
Seems
else's
confident.
answers. All right, so let's see here. Jesse wrote 20 pizza rolls, which is incorrect, and John and David both wrote the correct answer, which is Fire Emblem Fats.
What? Oh my god, no. Just fucking get rid of this asshole. Just
This
fucking
is
stop this
Fire
shit.
Emblem Fats, the weird game in the Fire Emblem series where they made everybody fat for some reason. Have you guys played this game? It only worked on the 3DS XL. Because it needed that extra room
The
because of how fat.
3DS XL, what took us on that journey for that fucking XL joke? Fucking
Fire
shit,
Emblem
man.
Fats for the 3DS XL.
As soon as I heard that, I was like, wait a minute. Like, I know this. Why do I know this? Obviously, I don't speak Japanese, but then I heard the tune. It's like, oh, this is Lost in Thoughts All Alone. This is Fire Emblem Fates. Why is Johnny picking Fire Emblem Fates? And then I thought,
Fates.
no, you know what? I can't wait for you to talk about this game. So please go on.
Well, David, I thought it was called Fire Emblem Fats because they made all the characters fat in this one. Is that not what this game is? I was looking up
no.
the game. I typed in Fire Emblem Fats and I found all kinds of pictures.
What's the name of that like jazz musician? Something Fats, or is he blues?
Minnesota Fats.
No.
Fats Domino.
I think
Maybe.
you pick any city name and add Fats to it, and that's probably a musician.
But he's
Or-
got like a very specific voice, and Johnny has to do the rest of the show in that voice now.
All right, so let me go look up Fats Domino on YouTube for a
God,
bit.
is this episode quietly becoming about jazz?
It's a fever dream.
No. I want Johnny to talk about this game. You are not digging yourself out of this hole.
Have you guys Google Fire Emblem Fats? There's all kinds of pictures of like fat Fire Emblem characters.
Yeah, it's a fetish. We're not here to kink shame. What's your favorite part about this game?
Son of a bitch! Oh, son of
John.
a bitch! Oh, they're all pregnant. That's what it is. They're not actually.
These aren't official
oh, no.
images, John. What were you thinking?
Oh, this is all fan art that I've been looking at. Oh, jeez.
Oh, geez, John. These are really. You couldn't tell these weren't official.
If you're looking at art and it says deviant art, that's not official.
If the URL has .xxx, that's not official art.
No.
So, oh,
yeah,
man.
no, nothing. I'm sorry, John. Nothing from furaffinity.net is official Fire Emblem art. Son of a bitch, John. You really goofed this, man.
Well, shit.
So it's not Fire Emblem Fats.
It's Fire Emblem Fates. I mean, I had a lot of things saying that this would be fat. Again, 3DS XL. The soundtrack was 8 goddamn discs for me to download.
That's crazy. That's a fat fucking soundtrack.
I mean, to be fair, there were 2 versions of this game. There
3
was
versions.
Fates and Conquest. Oh yeah, Birthright.
Yeah.
Jeez, more like birth weight.
Oh.
Oh man, this game's pretty fat. No, this is really funny, John. Yeah, it's a stupid ass bit, but really, it leads me to a question for David. David, is there any fat Fire Emblem character?
You know, I feel like there has to be at some point, but I
Like, I
can't.
know you're not actually a
of
Fire
any.
Emblem expert, but like, I was really racking my brain. Like, would they dare make a Fire Emblem character fat instead
I-
of like
I bet they
jacked
would.
ass, drop dead sexy? Like, that's a sexy.
Because I
series.
feel like most of them, like most of the big guys, are like broad and muscular. I don't
Yeah.
know that there are any like outright fat guys.
Yeah, John,
Right,
I
yeah,
take
Although I
offense.
do suppose.
I take offense to you saying fat versus like sexy because that's not mutually exclusive.
Yeah, have
I-
you seen me?
I said anime sexy.
Okay.
Like,
Again, have you seen me?
that's true, and I just saw a lot of Fire Emblem Fats Google results. So, yeah, clearly I'm operating on the kind of a archaic definition of what's sexy and what's not in anime. Man, wonder what would have happened if you had typed in Fire Emblem Fits. Would it have just brought up regular Fire Emblem characters?
Or just people throwing fits?
Yeah,
Well,
which
people-
I would do if I were playing Fire Emblem, because Fire Emblem freaks me out, and I don't like permadeath, and the game is upsetting to me. God damn it, John.
I know nothing about this game. I just want to do the XL joke. I'm
I was
done.
gonna say the fact that you went so far for the 3DS XL joke, I'm almost impressed.
You know what, Johnny? If you were smooth, what you should have done is as soon as you said it only plays on the 3DS XL, you should have went Game 3.
Oh God, this. Yeah, John. I promised everybody the show was going to be tasteful. Yeah,
Oh, I thought you said tasty.
yeah. This whole segment feels in terrible taste. But David, have you found that fat Fire Emblem character yet? Are we going to find one by the end of the show?
Someone Discord.
Our Discord.
No, but shout out to Taylor in Discord, who has found two.
Okay,
Yeah.
not. Yeah, I guess that's they're kind of fat. They're
That's-
not terribly.
I
I'm
feel
just-
like you're Homer Simpson in Australia.
Well, no, I guess my bar for fat is set around Homer Simpson. So yeah, this second lady, she's a big lady, and she seems perfectly fine. She's
Yeah, she seems happy
oh
with
wait,
it.
no, I have no idea who this is. Obviously not a hero though.
I mean, they definitely have characters who are curvy. I don't know if that can be counted as fat, but
Right.
Some
Yeah, then-
scumbags would.
And then thanks Rainus in the chat for posting some of that fetish art that John obviously mistook for actual Fire Emblem art. Johnny, did you think at some point in this game that a woman would eat something and then like explode out of her clothes?
Yeah, I thought that was like a power up. Like it's a potion you have during battles.
The game is Japanese, guys. I didn't question anything.
I thought that was their version of like hulking out, right? I mean, when Hulk hulks out, he like rips through all his clothes. I thought this was the same idea.
What's that?
She's from House Chungus.
What's that kink where you like purposely feed your partner like so much, and like it turns you on to watch them eat and they get bigger?
That's just called Americanism.
Oh,
I think you call that feeders or something, or feeding. I'm not sure. There's a term
yeah.
for it.
I
But-
can't get past the idea of Johnny looking at art of someone getting so fat they explode out of their clothes and thinking, yes, this is a power up in a medieval military
Yeah.
strategy RPG.
It's a bold strategy to get so fat to explode out of your clothes, David. But it works in certain missions.
It's one of those things where like most of the time it doesn't work, but there's that one battle where like the enemy attacks are absolutely weak against fat, right?
It's like
What?
praying at the end of Earthbound. It had to work at some point.
Yeah,
And-
it's like Magikarp's splash attack. It works on that one Pokemon, but nobody else for whatever reason.
Enemy attacks are weak against fat. What? Like,
Yeah, like they hit you and your fat just like absorbs it.
Yeah.
and it never hits your core, which is
It's
where
like
all
the
your hit
blob.
points are. Yeah.
or like Choji in Naruto, he like gets real fat and like turns into like this ball of a person and rolls it over people and fucks them all up.
Ooh.
So-
That sounds
So
dope.
we-
Yeah, there should be a Fire Emblem Fats / like Katamari crossover.
Oh man, it's Katamari but with just fat Fire Emblem characters.
We have
Roll up other
steel-tipped
units.
arrows. We have steel-tipped arrows that go through armor. We have wooden arrows that will hurt horses, and then we have these special fat arrows
Yeah.
specifically for harming fat people.
They're made out of Doritos.
What?
No, John, that doesn't harm them. That strengthens them. God
No,
damn it,
it-
John.
No, it's just a wafer
Oh.
thin mint.
Yeah, I'm sorry. They're made out of kale. Kale arrows.
Oh God. Yep, we're getting into offensive territory. Good job, John. Yeah, I do like this pick though, because seriously, we never pick Fire Emblem for the show because barely any of us play it. It's got a bombing ass soundtrack, 8 discs, you said. And I mean, what can you say about Fire Emblem Fates? Besides, my Smash Bros related opinions of Corrin sucks. Like there's just,
Yeah.
like I'm sure that someone's played it. Probably David played it for a minute. But did you play any of these, David? No, he didn't.
Yeah,
Because there's 3 of them. They tried to do the Pokemon model on Fire Emblem. It was a bold strategy on their part. And
Didn't really work.
yeah, no. Like, they had to kind of reset after that.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, it got good reviews from the couple reviews I looked up, but I didn't look up the
Did they-
sales. Did it not sell well?
I'm sure it sold well.
It's-
They sold 3 different copies of the game.
Hmm.
It's, as I understand it, this game has a very mixed reception in the Fire Emblem fandom. Like some people really don't like Corrin, some people really don't like the multiple versions. As someone who has not played it at all, I think it's fine.
Right. See, they got it right on the Switch version, though. Like, okay, they thought Fire Emblem Fates will make 3 separate games. And then they realized for the Switch, it's like, no, Fire Emblem 3 houses in one game. That's the key. We should have made all 3 of these things in one game. So that's what they did. They smushed everything together for the Switch release. So they should do like an ultimate re-release of Fire Emblem Fates, smushed together into one big fat 3DS re-release. And, just called Fire Emblem Fats.
Fire Emblem Triple XL.
Yeah. Oh, no, do not search for Fire Emblem Fats XXX, John. We're moving on before you suggest that to anybody.
Game 3.
This is our fan request. So in this game, whenever your character dies, you start as one of 3 randomly generated heirs to that character, and they often have some sort of weird characteristic or ability, like color blindness, which turns the game into a black and white game, or you can become very fat, and it's hard for characters to knock you off the screen and whatnot.
Oh,
All right.
shit.
That was fast.
Yeah, gotta get those answers in. So yeah, this is our fan request. It comes from Jet Steel in the Discord. So we got Johnny says Virtual Fighter XL, incorrect. David says, oh Christ, I can't read that. Super Fat Adventures. Yeah, that's not a real game, so he's wrong. And John with Rogue Legacy, which is correct. So yeah, Rogue Legacy. This game is actually pretty cool. I played it when it came out. It's very difficult. Have you guys ever played this game?
I have not.
No.
I definitely feel like this is a Johnny game, because it's you go into a castle. It's really fucking hard. You can get like different classes, but you also have those weird ability, like characteristics, like the ADHD, which God, I forget what that one does. But there's like the one where you're like really tiny and you move really fast. There's one, I think, vertigo, and the game is upside down. So there's like all sorts of fun different ones.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm looking at some screenshots here of the game. Yeah, this looks pretty awesome. Like 2D pixely, platforming. It looks like. You said there's an ADHD mode, which I love. I love experiencing like time blindness. That's my thing. Like it's great.
It's on pretty much every fucking system, I think. It's on Linux. So
sold. Done.
Yeah.
You know, sell a game,
said
Johnny.
Johnny's
Put it on
keyword.
Linux.
God, you almost spit beer everywhere.
It's Linux is like jazz.
God.
Tell us all about
Damn it.
Linux and jazz.
Don't like this runner. All right, jeez. Yeah, I only got this right because of the way you phrased your trivia and looking through the list of things that were requested. 1, we didn't get very many requests for this week. And 2,
know.
it was clear you were describing a roguelike game, and then you said like you start over as one of your kids, and I was like, maybe it's the game called Rogue Legacy.
Maybe.
Yeah, that sounds like it might be a roguelite in which you play as people having a legacy after other people die. This adds up. I'm good with context clues, is what I'm trying to tell you. I haven't played this, and I don't think I will or want to, because I've tried a couple of these roguelites, and they're just not my bag, man. I want them to be because they seem so cool, and then when I try them, I'm exhausted by them. I need things to be in the same place each time I play. Dead Cells wore me the fuck out.
That's probably the best one, anyways. So
Yeah, it's pretty goddamn hardcore.
but
It's on the surface, it's appealing to me. Like, I like 2D action games, but man, like, once I got into playing some of these, I'm like, fuck me. I don't know if I have the patience for, like, I like memorization. That was more my speed. I realized that as like a kid. It's like, what's like great about like Mega Man is memorizing where everything is in a stage until you've got it down pat, and then you get to the boss and fucking use the right weapon on it. If everything changed every time you went into a Mega Man stage, I don't know if I ever would have beaten a Mega Man game. So for these rogue games, I'm just like, I know what to do, but like not knowing where to go, it's I don't know. It frustrates me. It frustrates me that it frustrates me is what I'm saying. Like I want to play games like this because there's a lot of them and they seem cool. So
I mean, I've always loved games with random level stuff, like Toe Jam and Earl. Is a good roguelike on the Sega Genesis.
See, if I'd known that and played Toe Jam and Earl more as a kid, like maybe it would have registered with me that games like this are cool. But like
Diablo's great.
like
No,
it's just
I
it
like
adds replayability to it, which is nice.
Yeah,
see, that's
like
the funny thing. I find replayability in like memorizing something and mastering it. Like I guess I'm just kind of a punk like that. I want to
Yeah.
play a game and fucking master it.
In Rogue Legacy, the thing you want to memorize are the boss patterns. You memorize that, that's your memorization, and everything else is a fucking adventure. So
True. Yeah.
good luck, because the bosses are fucking hard. I never even beat the fucking eye boss, and I think that's like the first one,
Damn.
because I'm shit at that game. Fuck.
Sounds like me playing fucking Dead Cells.
Oh,
Like, got into a boss encounter. I'm like, oh, I'm not ready for this. Oh no, this shit. This game's not going my way. I've been hearing good things about Hades.
yeah, that sounds awesome.
Apparently, it's a very good roguelite, and it's now nominated. Not that I put much stock in the Game Awards, but hey, it got nominated for Game of the Year at this year's Game Awards, so that that says something. Obviously, I haven't gotten my hands on that yet either, but looks promising.
I wonder though, kind of going back to like not putting so much stock in the Game Awards, like I wonder if it got nominated for Game of the Year because it's a really popular game at the end of the year.
That probably helps.
Like, not to take anything away from the game. I'm sure the game is amazing, but still, it's like, oh, we need to fill one more out. Well, Hades is really big. Let's go with Hades.
Well,
Yeah.
I've been hearing about it for the last few months, and I know it's been in early access like all year too. So
Okay. Yeah, see, maybe, because I guess looking at the list of Game Awards nominees for the year, for Game of the Year at least, it does seem like it's early in the year, and then you kind of got a big gap, and then you got Hades. And it's like, oh yeah, what came out this summer?
COVID came out
Right.
this summer.
Yeah, and they didn't want to nominate that for anything. It's not award worthy. Certainly not at the Game Awards.
Yeah, no, I'd give it like a Razzie,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, hot
it's been
take.
terrible,
Come on.
honestly.
Hot take.
Hot take.
Give 2020 a Razzie. That's
COVID it's like jazz.
no.
It's really flourished under a set of constraints.
Oh, you've turned the jazz against me. Oh my god.
You never saw it coming, baby. COVID is American jazz.
Wait, all jazz is American jazz. It was made in America.
So, COVID and jazz, America's two indigenous art forms.
no.
Damn. Sorry, dude. Speaking of things that are American, peanut butter. What's the deal?
It's delicious.
It's America's hummus.
It is.
Yeah, I follow you on Twitter, John. I know
Yeah, I
where you're
know.
going.
I'm changing the direction of this conversation. Now we're talking about peanut butter. I put it on pita earlier today, and I realized that peanut butter is just American hummus.
Now, Do you prefer crunchy or creamy peanut butter?
It depends, man. I mean, it's all context. I was at work, so the peanut butter available to me was creamy. But if I'm making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich at home, I'm making it crunchy.
Yeah, team crunchy.
So, yeah, if I'm making a smoothie, obviously slap a thing of creamy in there.
Nope,
but,
still crunchy.
But crunchy in your smoothie.
You don't want like grit in your smoothie. You don't want that's nuts.
I like a real mealy. Yeah.
Well,
Sorry, I just had to get things off
know what they
topic
say.
with this peanut butter tangent. Because I've said what I know about Rogue Legacy. It looks cool, and I wish I liked games like this.
Let's say,
Just
how
like
much-
COVID,
yeah.
it seemed cool, and I wish I liked it. Turns out, it's not cool at all. It's been devastating.
What, Rogue Legacy or COVID?
Both have been
Ooh.
devastatingly difficult.
Just like COVID, I wanted to like it, but I just can't. It's devastating. No, I'm sorry, John. You lost me there. I was with you up to a point.
I was trying to enjoy all that time spent at my house, and then it started driving me insane, much like a roguelite.
Yeah, you see, Rogue Legacy is like COVID.
Go on.
It's,
jazz.
It
I
sounds.
thought you had a
great.
follow up.
It sounds great at first, but then a few months in,
Yeah.
not so great.
That second stimulus check never comes, and we're just rudderless. It's been terrible. This Rogue Legacy.
Oh God, our life is horrible.
Yeah, I'm not sure we're
Game
making any
4.
sense tonight, guys.
All
Is
right,
that song still going?
No.
I'm just really
Uh,
long tail on that one.
yeah, I
really
forgot how
like-
long that one lasted.
I just love David just going, no. Like, duh. Can you not hear?
So, following this game's announcement, there was a boycott that reached more, including a group that reached more than 37,000 members because they believed that this game should not have been released as a standalone title and should have been an expansion pack. However, this boycott did not work as sales as pre-orders of the game quadrupled the amount of the previous game. Gentlemen, who's got their answers? So, John Harrington says Madden 09, sadly incorrect. Jesse
Damn.
says 2 Bloomin' Onions, sadly incorrect. John Regan has the correct answer. This is Left 4 Dead 2.
Wow.
You know how I know this? This
Played
was,
Left 4 Dead
looked at
2?
what game I had.
this was the first game that Valve ported to Linux.
God damn it.
I'm not even joking. It was a big
Game
deal.
5.
Please.
No, so this is Left 4 Dead 2, the classic zombie apocalypse survival horror first-person shooter co-op game. Am I the only one who played this?
No, I played it because as soon as it came out on Linux, like I bought it immediately. Like
I was going to say, wait, David, you played this?
Yeah.
This is as surprising to me as Fire Emblem Fats. This,
So,
I'm sorry, this was somehow up your alley?
So, funny story. I played the hell out of this game because it was right after I had moved to Chicago. I had visited Florida and hung out with a friend of mine named Sam, who had an Xbox 360. And I was debating getting a 360 at the time because I wanted to play like Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Street Fighter 4, a couple
Scott Pilgrim
indie
versus
games.
the World.
But I was still kind of like on the fence. She's like, "Oh no, you got to get it, and you got to get Left 4 Dead." I was like, "What? I'm not even sure what that is." She's like, "Oh no, this new one just came out. Let's play." And the two of us spent like 4 hours playing Left 4 Dead 2 together, and this game is a fucking blast.
Sweet.
So one of the big innovations is they added melee weapons into this. So the first game you just ran around with like guns and weapons fighting zombies, but this one you got to have melee weapons. And I remember the main combo that I was using was like a hunting rifle because it was super strong if you kept your distance. And my friend Sam, like, she got a shotgun and would just run up to zombies and like get right into the fold. But I tried to like stay back. And then my main melee weapon they had like baseball bats and lead pipes and things like that. But they also had more odd things. And I picked up a Fender Strat, an electric guitar, and I was using that to bludgeon zombies to death, and it was fucking great.
Did it make like metal guitar noises every time you hit something with it?
It did actually make kind of that weird like dong, like that guitar string sound. And I will never forget, because it's like chapter based, and there's a section that we got to where the whole game is you're these 4 characters, Coach, Ellis, Rochelle, and God, I can't think of the other guy's name. I want to say Nick, maybe?
I think
Anyhow,
you're right, but I'll Google that and check on it while you go on.
You're like trapped in the South. You're like exploring like the swamps of the American South, and like I think it's set in Louisiana, and you're trying to escape, the zombie apocalypse. And there was a section where you get to like a carnival, and you try to get a helicopter to save you, and the only way to do that is you have to get their attention. So you go to like their open air, like giant performance stage, and you have to turn on the lights to signal a helicopter. But as soon as you do that, all the zombies know something is happening, so they just swarm you. So you're like on a rock stage with music and pyrotechnics while shooting zombies that are chasing you down the aisles. It was fucking great.
Is the music jazz?
No, it was not jazz.
Do the zombies
In what way
like
is
jazz?
this game like jazz?
So it's co-op. So you have a 4-person group, just like
David,
a
you don't have
jazz
to actually,
4-person
you don't have to answer
ensemble.
this question seriously.
It's
like,
collaborative, baby.
like they're being dicks. you'll have to.
No,
answer
John,
how it's
you're the
jazz.
dick. You're the one that brought that up.
But the one thing that I liked about this was I was trying to think of games with fat characters. I was like, King DDD, E Honda, and then I started thinking, it's like, but those are all like fat heroes. Like, what are some great fat enemies? And this game has boomers, the gigantic, like overweight zombies that just spew bile at you.
So
Okay.
like regular boomers.
Yeah.
I was waiting for somebody to make that.
Okay,
and then
boomer.
I could have. They were in Left 4 Dead 1 and Left 4 Dead 2, but I wanted to do Left 4 Dead 2 because I played it, and also because Coach is a heavy-set, overweight, like former football coach. He's like a high school football coach who's a little
right.
on the heavy side, and some of his dialogue talks about like, "Damn, there's stairs. I don't want to do that." Like, he doesn't run quite as fast like when he's being controlled by an AI, and it's because like he's just a heavy set guy.
Kind of makes sense. Yeah. I mean, even if it's not like a fat thing, maybe he's just a big guy and stairs are hard on his knees because he used to play football. I like that level of detail. That's a nice touch.
And he's voiced by Chad Coleman, who played Dennis
Cuddy.
on Cuddy on The Wire.
Dennis. Get
Sorry.
out of here.
And I
I
think
know his real name is Dennis John. But the character's name Cuddy.
Cuddy. And what was the character's name on It's Always Sunny that he plays? Because that's also so good. Z or
Dennis?
something, I think. No. But anyways, Chad Coleman voices Coach is great. I love Chad Coleman and Coach. And Left 4 Dead 2.
I thought
I
you
never
had more
played
to it
any
than
of
that.
these. I watch people play them, and I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's cool. You leave.
Yeah, like
I'm
I thought
out.
it was like online only. I'm like, I'm not playing that.
No, you can have like AI partners. I don't recommend it. But you can do split screen or you can do online, because we did when we were playing, it was the 2 of us in her house, and then we got our friend Carrie to join online. And then I think we got like a random person to be the 4th. But it's a really interesting. It's weird because it's a lot like a George Romero zombie movie without having slow George Romero zombies, because it really is like Dawn of the Dead, where you're just a small group trying to like figure out a plan and fight off zombies, except instead of shambling at you slowly, they're fucking hauling ass at you.
And like barfing all over you and shit. It's, sounds intense.
But no, it's a fun game. And when I thought of it and was like, oh, that would be perfect for the show, I kind of looked at it. I was like, yeah, this was like the biggest thing in the world for a couple months, and then it just kind of dropped off. Like nobody talks about Left 4 Dead anymore.
It still
Well,
has its
I
fans.
mean, it came out over 10 years ago. So,
There
yeah.
are people still clamoring for a third one.
That was actually going to be my follow. Did they ever make a third one? Because I feel like this was a big fucking hit.
I mean,
So-
I guess, Valve does have a problem making threes. So
Yeah, no kidding. What's the problem? Are they going to one day release like some brand new fucking awesome orange box with all their long, like gestating third games in it?
No,
God,
God,
yeah.
the, or-
Blow their fucking minds, like blow everyone's mind if that happened.
the orange box with Half-Life 3, Portal 3, Team Fortress 3, Left 4 Dead 3.
Yeah, I'm saying.
that would blow up the world.
Or save the world.
Mm.
Maybe.
Maybe.
God.
Yeah, maybe
if the
Half-Life
if the
3
cure for
is
COVID is inside the next orange box. I swear to God.
Maybe it'll be the Mauve box. Chartreuse box.
All right, let's get this show going.
Game
Come on.
5.
Johnny, instead of trivia or anything that we had planned for the rest of the show, let's just loop that a few more times. Just we cracked into the yodeling. Oh man. So this was the first game in this in the main series to be released on a non-Sony platform. All right, guys. Everybody should be feeling pumped up after that.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Jesse, lube up that mic stand already. Jeez.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Johnny says Jimmy Rogers Power Yodeling 06. He's very close. Jesse says nachos as an entree. He's damn right. And in a more accurate way, David is correct. He says Tekken 6. Not a hat trick, but I'm in favor of that sound.
We're all winners with our answers. They were all amazing. David's for being right. Jesse's for being hilarious. And mine for being
Johnny,
stupid.
you give yourself too much credit. I didn't extend you that credit. It has to come from me, baby. I know you control the soundboard, but no. I fully approve of nachos as an entree, and actually, I prefer nachos as an entree greatly to Tekken 6. Man, because this game, it's fine. Nachos are better.
Yeah.
Like,
Especially with guacamole.
Hot take.
yeah, Tekken Nacho hot take. So, Jesse, you played a little bit of Tekken 6?
No, but I've played a little bit of nachos.
Yeah. No, but I've eaten a lot of nachos in my life, let me tell you. It's about the same. You know, satisfying for a minute, and then they start to cool off and kind of congeal, and you got
get a little
yourself a
soggy.
mess on your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's like,
Hey, the thing
Yeah.
about soggy nachos is there's still nachos.
Yep.
But Tekken 6 is still Tekken 6.
that's the problem.
As God is my witness, I thought you were going to say the thing about soggy nachos. They're a lot like jazz.
Oh no, that's Johnny's bullshit.
No.
Yeah.
The thing about soggy nachos, it's like a warm beer, it means you've just taken too long. Like,
Right.
nachos should be eaten quickly. Beer should be drank quickly, right?
You gotta
Like,
speed run those nachos.
yeah.
Yeah. But also, that's the thing with soggy nachos. You could throw them in the oven and have a little bit of success crisping them back up.
Tekken
You
6
can't
is still Tekken 6.
You can't throw Tekken 6 in the oven and fix this game.
What's the record
The-
for 80% nachos? that's what I want to know.
Though I gotta say, I am intrigued since these new consoles came out this week. We're recording this same week at the PS5 and Xbox, poorly named, came out. Somebody was saying that like the Xbox it's backwards compatible with like 360 and Xbox One games, and basically has eliminated load times from the games that are on like 360, which was one of my main gripes with Tekken 6. So I'm honestly wondering if this game is worth playing on an Xbox Series X, because it'll just load the fucking fight like that. It's a little intriguing to me. Not intriguing enough to buy an Xbox Series X and see if it's see how Tekken 6 holds up.
Could you imagine to like, oh, you're getting Xbox Series X for Game Pass and stuff?
You got Tekken 6 around here or what?
I just want Tekken 6.
I would love,
Right.
John, if you made a YouTube video explaining how the Xbox Series X is the ultimate Tekken 6 machine.
It saved Tekken 6.
Like
Ken
the
Park
best way to
series.
play Tekken 6, guys.
It's the only way to play it. Tekken 6 on the Xbox 360 was like jazz. Interminable. But Tekken 6 on the fucking Xbox Series X, it's
Now you're cooking
perfection.
with butter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh man, it's a tasty Tekken there. It's nachos, baby. For those nachos a little bit though. Let's talk about some of the things. So you lay your base down. You got like Tekken 5 was really good, and Tekken 6 didn't really innovate in a whole lot of like awesome ways. It added like a rage thing. If you were dying, you would get rage and maybe be able to make a comeback. It added some tiering to the stages. You could smash someone through a floor or like through a wall and down to another level. Kind of fun.
Like Dead or Alive?
See, Tekken 6 was finally catching up with Dead or Alive.
That's bad.
It did have some fun stages. That second song, the yodeling song, you're fighting in just a like sheep pasture somewhere, which is great. Tekken, they've done a good job of maintaining a nice, nacho-like balance of like fun and like serious. Like you'll be fighting in one level and it's like the urban war zone. You're literally in a city being destroyed by like warplanes and shit's falling apart around you. And then you're fighting in a sheep field. And literally, like, depending on how you move in the stage, you could bump the sheep in the fight, which is, fucking hilarious.
Nothing like
That's
bumping a
amazing.
sheep.
Yeah, it's really funny. Like, Jesus. Jesse, his joke didn't even come through on my end.
Yeah, it was on the sheep's end.
Can't wait to.
Oh no.
Yeah, good.
I feel like bumping sheep is more of a Welsh thing than an Alpine thing.
Mm-hmm. But there's another level like it takes place in kind of like a rundown alley somewhere in Asia, and right when you start fighting, like literally it's saying like round one, a fucking truck just comes barreling by and crashes in the background of the stage and releases pigs and chickens all over the stage. So it's the same thing. Like you're fighting in this fucking alley and like bumping chickens.
Oh wow! And it can fit
God
up there,
damn it.
so can I.
No, I'm not hitting the buttons this time, man.
I'm sorry. Yeah, is
Far.
bump that sexual of a phrase? Is that such a loaded fucking phrase that I can't
Friends.
say bump?
Loaded nachos.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus Christ, man! I got some chicken on those nachos. Spice.
Chicken
Whack it.
pussy.
But that be cloaca?
The cloaca
that's,
blues.
that's the episode title.
Can we stop with the fucking soundboard?
I'm sitting everything now.
Yeah, no, don't. Like, nothing has warranted that action.
Yes, Johnny,
I'm
keep
just-
it going.
I'm just hitting everything now. Yeah, we picked up on that, Johnny.
No kidding.
Now let's start talking about bumping the pigs.
Apparently
See,
I'm-
now
you
without the soundboard, it's weird, isn't it? You need the
No, it's
soundboard.
not. It's I'm waiting for I'm waiting for this shit to die off, man. Stop fucking encouraging it with that fucking jazzy soundboard of yours.
See, the soundboard is like jazz.
God damn it. It really is. It's fucking nonsense. But yeah, so it's got fun stages and also like the serious stages. Like you'll be fighting in like a burning temple and shit, or there's like bombs going off around you, or like you're in like a collapsed tunnel full of water and like everybody's in danger of dying. Like it's dope. And then it's got some fun new characters. The big guys they added to this one. They added Lars, who's kind of like the story driver of the game. He's the bastard son of Heihachi, who's like, you know what? I'm taking over. Like I'm coming in and I'm taking the story. Look at me. I'm fucking, I'm Dutch and I have clearly Heihachi's genes because look at my fucking hair. Like, look like Haig-Hachi. Fucking Heihachi went to Holland and this guy came out. And he got fucking Miguel. Miguel is dope. He's right up my alley. His whole thing is explained in the opening cutscene. He's hanging out outside a wedding, and it's like a family wedding, and the church gets bombed, and he watches his family die while he's like drunk, and he turns into a drunken insane person who like vows revenge. I'm like, yeah, I'm into that. Cool. And and I think his default costume, he's wearing a frilly shirt because he was at a Spanish wedding. So it's like he left that wedding an insane man and decided to take revenge. I love it.
Is he fat?
No, Miguel's in great shape. Before I get to the fat character, the other one we got to talk about is the sexy cyborg of the group. Lisa. She's a fucking like crazy cyborg with chainsaw arms that can blast around the stage, and she's fucking nuts. But she's not fat. The character that's fat, it's my boy Bob. Bob is cool. Yeah. I was trying to look it up. I'm like, wait a minute. Did Tekken 6 come out before or after Street Fighter 4? Like, because it was one of those things where it's like, all right, Tekken added Bob. It's a big fat guy who's like, quick and dynamic. At the same time, Street Fighter 4 added Rufus, who is fat and quick and dynamic. It's like, God damn it, guys, are you copying off each other again? And it turns out Tekken 6 came out, like, at least in Japanese arcades before Street Fighter 4. So, they both made it to America in, like, 2009. But Tekken 6 definitely got, their hands on fat, speedy, blonde guy first. And Bob's cool. He's a martial artist who he was like quick and agile and one of the best, but he had trouble beating guys that were stronger than him, so he decided to commit to a crazy training regimen where he gained a bunch of weight but also stayed super agile and fast. I'm like, that's dope. Unrealistic, but pretty dope. Like I would like to know about that. If there is such a regimen where you can become like a very, very fat guy who can also do like flips and beat the shit out of people, like I'm interested because I'm not any of those things really. So if I can be all those things, like fat and like super agile and really comfortable with my body, that'd be great. Bob is like a fucking role model.
I think it's called P90XL is the program you're looking for.
Oh, Johnny got another XL joke on the show. I don't know if I can afford the food to gain weight and exercise that much is the point I'm trying to make. But Bob's cool, and I like that they've made jokes about it. Like in Tekken Tag Tournament 2, there's Slim Bob as an alternate character, and it's him when he's really skinny, and he doesn't like being skinny. He's more self-conscious as a skinny person. He's more comfortable in his fat skin, which I think it's a nice touch. Bob's just he's Bob, baby. He's cool.
So I have a surprisingly serious question.
Oh, please.
So did he appear in the Tekken series like before, but as like a typical like you said the guy who was fighting and losing all the time, like before he got fat?
Bob,
Yeah.
Did Bob appear in the series beforehand?
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Okay.
He was a completely new character for 6, and then they did the Slim Bob thing as a non-canon thing in Tekken Tag Tournament 2. So,
Okay.
this was his first appearance, and his canon look is big fat guy. So he's cool. He's one of my rivals. Honestly, I don't play great as him, and I struggle like playing against him because kind of there's something about like Tekken where you're trying to anticipate where your like opponent's going to hit, like low, medium, or high, and it's hard to tell with Bob because he's when he's doing all these flips and shit, he's just kind of so round that I don't know where any of his attacks are going. So he's tricky. He's a tricky character. It's really interesting. But yeah, like there's nothing bad per se about this game besides that it just came out in the wrong time and had awful load times and just kind of didn't really do much for the series. Like it was just kind of fine. I want to like things about it. I honestly just, I'm not going to go back and revisit it because Tekken 7 surpasses it in every way. But yeah, like it's fine. It's got the great tunes, got the fucking, fun stages, got the cool new characters, but does really nothing to advance the series. It's cold nachos. That's what it is. It's not jazzy. There's no jazz in this game. It was made under a set of constraints and it turned out terrible.
Like jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all the games tonight are like jazz. Whether they turned out good or whether they turned out terrible.
Come full circle, jazz sucks.
You can justify it by equating it with jazz. Johnny, that's why it was such a bad analogy. It's because it doesn't just apply to what you were talking about. It could apply to anything. It's jazz, baby.
That's what jazz is all about.
So it's a shitty analogy. You can't just say something's like jazz because everything is jazz.
Yeah.
God damn it, John. It took you all this time to fucking cop to that. You committed so hard to, it's like jazz in game one that I had to keep on bringing it up all episode because I was so bothered by it. Now you finally cop to the fact that maybe you made a weak analogy. I appreciate that, John. That's good stuff.
Whose goat, I ask.
I'm going to see if I can plug this podcast episode into the Xbox Series X and eliminate the loading time on you admitting that analogy sucked ass. So we can just strike all the jazz talk from this episode. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a re-release, much like the Tekken series. We're going to have a follow-up to this. So Game That Tune episode 224, Bloodline Rebellion. It's coming soon, and we're not going to talk about jazz at all. We're going to redo the episode. We're going to add in a guest. It's going to be great.
I was going to say, you realize if we release this episode cutting out all of the jazz talk, it's going to be like 25 minutes.
Mm-hmm. It's the PSP version of the podcast. It's going to be great. But yeah, Tekken 6, kind of cool. Right to have been forgotten. Much like my leftovers, I boxed them up and left them at the sports bar, and now I don't ever get to fire up the oven and fix those nachos. So, yeah, I'm committing to that one too, baby. I'm gonna get as many nacho references in at the end of this podcast as you got in jazz references throughout this podcast.
Hey, John.
So, Johnny,
what do you call cheese that isn't yours?
Start the fucking calculated computer, John. I swear to God.
This game's winner is...
What?
Oh, wait. Oh, sorry.
You're all fucked
Calculating
up,
computer
Jesus
activated.
Christ.
Computers. Beeps.
George Lucas slamming his dick in a
Scoring complete. This game's
It could
winner
be
is...
anyone.
David Fleming.
It is?
Hey!
Wow.
No way. See, I was hoping that it would be finished, that we would finish the episode with a tie, and we would have to go to a tiebreaker of whoever weighs the most, and I would be able to win the episode. And that's a tiebreaker based on points plus weight. Sorry, Jesse. I'm just saying. You look disappointed when I said I weighed the most.
You don't.
It's fine. God, whatever. We don't need to explain this. The tiebreaker didn't happen. David won the show outright. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're going fat golf rules. He who weighs least wins the show, and that's why David's won. It doesn't have anything to do with getting the games right.
Is fat golf a thing?
Oh, it should be.
All
you
golf
seen
is
it?
fat golf.
Yeah. John Daly, baby.
Yeah,
Let's talk. Oh man, fat smoking golf, baby.
Oh yeah, slam and Diet Cokes. You know, play it. Just he's my hero, man. I love
Not
John
giving
Daly.
a fuck. Next episode, can we do John Daly style? Can we all drink some John Daly's on the show?
Ooh,
What's in a John Daly again?
It's an Arnold
like
Palmer
an Arnold
plus
Palmer.
booze.
It's an alcoholic Arnold Palmer. So you got to get that
Ooh.
Jeremiah Weed sweet tea vodka. Get a bottle of lemonade, mix them both together, and chug the whole fucking
That
thing.
sounds great.
It's
I love Arnold
so
Palmer.
good.
Yeah.
I
It's
would-
it's my canoe trip specialty. I would be willing to do it for the show at some point. If you guys want to do a John Daly episode, a
That sounds fun.
fat follow up where we do fat guys in sports games and all drink John Daly drinks, I'm in.
See, it's weird because living in Chicago, I had a completely different John Daly in mind. It's like, wait, you mean we need to become the mayor corruptly? What?
That fat
Well,
fuck.
that too.
Here's what we do next
Um,
week. We do a John Daly episode. We all have like a 12-pack of Diet Coke. We slam the whole thing as we go through. We'll have a rain delay, and then after the rain delay, I'll be replaced by John Gruden, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers head coach. Because that happened once.
Wait,
One
I
time,
don't want to get into this.
no. So one time during a golf tournament, there was a rain delay, and John Daly went into the rain delay tent, drank his face off, and when he came back out after the rain delay, instead of his caddy, it was John Gruder as his caddy for the rest of the tournament or the rest of that round.
I thought that John Gruden literally replaced John Daly as the golfer.
Yeah, me too.
They look somewhat similar, and that would be fucking awesome.
You can do that in a golf tournament? Oh,
Yeah,
who's
You're
my
just
sub?
an imposter. Oh, I got too drunk, so I needed to find another like leathery blonde guy. Oh shit, is that John Gruden right there? Here, let's trade clothes, and you become me for the rest of
It's
the
a real-
golf tournament.
It's real Prince of the Pauper scenario.
God, I really just want David to pick a theme for the next episode.
The announcers.
The most elaborate "What's your theme?" question I've ever heard.
We're getting there eventually, baby. So,
So,
David,
I thought of an interesting theme that I don't believe we've ever done on the show, and it
John
should be
Daly.
it should be a fun time. Sprite games, as in
John
games
said
with,
Diet Coke.
as in games with sprite art.
Oh, not like 7-Up Cool Spot?
No,
That's right art.
it could
So-
be retro, it could be indie, it could be
So
8-bit, could be 16-bit. Just no polygons, all
What if-
sprite art.
What if it has games with, those fairy type creatures known as
Oh,
sprites?
trust me, Jesse, I'm already subverting the theme with the Secret of Mana sequel. It's happening, baby.
David did say specifically no polygons, so you just can't have a
okay.
polygon.
I mean, if it's a sprite-based game that features fairy-like sprites, sure.
But like,
But-
there's polygons in like Xenogears, and like a lot of the characters are sprites, but like the environments are polygonal.
That's the tricky
Graphic-
part of PlayStation 1 games.
Well, are there sprites? Yes or
Graphically
no?
sprite
Yeah.
games.
There are sprites,
Well, then there's sprites, so you're fine.
Right, yeah.
but
the
there's
sprites-
polygons.
Not
Okay,
for-
if the game has sprite graphics,
characters.
But what if it has both?
Yeah,
goddamn all of you.
You
Well, no,
already
I mean, no.
you
Jesse's
said no
honestly bringing up a valid
polygons.
point. Like PlayStation 1 RPGs frequently had sprites against a polygonal background.
So games that primarily use sprite-based graphics. I just want to have an opportunity to talk about sprite art on the show.
Okay.
All right.
We'll make it work.
Yeah.
We will, David. Now let's
It's
talk
one
about
of those open-ended but also limiting themes.
Yes.
What if?
The theme is a little bit,
What
dare I
if
say it, like
it
jazz.
starts as a polygon, but it gets rendered to a sprite by the time it hits your screen, like Star Fox for Super Nintendo?
Oh yeah, that's that.
Johnny, that can't possibly apply. It's not a redo episode. We've already used all the Star Fox games. Don't ask questions like
I'm
that.
definitely looking up more Super FX games. I'm gonna find.
Don't
something.
you dare play Stunt Race FX on this show. Don't you fucking dare, John.
I was excited. I thought this theme would go over a lot better. Apparently, it was a terrible idea.
No, it's
No,
a great
Johnny's
theme.
trying to make it terrible. I think it's a great theme.
Yeah.
I
It's
just
Johnny
had,
that's undercutting the thing. He just wants to talk more about the PGA Tour.
I just had a valid question about games with both,
Yeah,
Graphic
Jesse's
type.
question was actually totally legit.
because like you specifically said no polygons, and I'm like, well, there's a lot of PlayStation RPGs that have both, and it's
If it has sprite art, it's good. So like a PlayStation 1 RPG, sure. I mean, if it's like a 3D game that has an 8-bit sprite on the texture, no. Like fundamentally sprite art in the game.
okay.
Sounds good, David. Sounds good.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I
Sounds
think it's a great theme,
refreshing.
David. Let's encourage David. That theme's quenching my thirst.
Yeah. What kind of flavor of sprite game do you think LeBron likes?
Probably classic lemon lime.
Doesn't he have like a remix flavor?
Like a Beja Blast.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Are there more than one flavors of Sprite?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Wow.
Have you been outside?
No.
No!
It's COVID, man.
No, motherfucker, we haven't. Have they been releasing new Sprite all year?
was 2020 the year of Sprite?
Monthly Sprite flavors, and no one's there to buy them.
Yeah, that's Sprite-toberfest.
No!
This was the summer of Sprite.
Oh God.
Monthly sprite flavors, but they only got the first 3 out.
Gotta cancel the rest of these Sprite flavors immediately, and then we'll work on releasing them in a Sprite bubble. So anyway, fantastic show. Jesus Christ, we were off the rails tonight, but it was a lot of fun. Just excessively fun.
You know what else is off the rails and a lot of fun? Jazz.
Sure glad
Giant.
you didn't say bumping pigs.
Thought we squashed all this shit. Goodness, I love you guys. Thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for joining us live on our live show. We're live on Wednesday nights. Check us out at Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Thanks for listening in podcast form. We're available at Game That Tune or anywhere you get your podcast. Thank you for listening and sharing the show with your friends. Thanks to everybody checking out patreon.com/GameThatTune. We got awesome stuff in the works over there, and we appreciate you guys supporting the show. We super appreciate our Patreon absurd fans: Alex Messenger, Lance Revere, Damian Beckles, Bradford Stevens, Daniel Perkey, Taylor Wise, Sam L, and Mork. Last but not least, Mork. Thank you. Jesse had the request this week. Who are we thanking for the request?
Jet Steel.
Yes, they made their request in our Discord server, so check us out in Discord. Join us there, hang out, chat along with us. Or you can send us your request, gamethattune@gmail.com, or you can hit us up on Twitter at gamethattune, or you can follow us individually on Twitter. I am there at jgangsta187. You can find John Regan on Twitter at.
JP Regan Jr.
You can find Jesse Moore on Twitter at.
Sega_legend.
And you can find David Fleming, this week's winner, on Twitter at.
DFD Fleming.
Hell yeah, David. So, you got bonus tunes. Take us home.
So I played a horror game where you're shooting a bunch of the undead, and I wanted to pick a song from an awesome sprite-based game where you kill the undead. This is Wicked Child from Castlevania.
Fuck yeah, it is. Peace out, everybody. Jay and Silent Bob Mall Brawl is copyright 2019, The Media Indie Exchange. Fire Emblem Fates is copyright 2016, Intelligent Systems and Nintendo. Rogue Legacy is copyright 2013, Cellar Door Games. Left 4 Dead 2 is copyright 2009, Valve Corporation. Tekken 6 is copyright 2009, Namco Bandai Games. And everybody watching live with us, stick around. We're going to figure out somebody to raid. God, is Jay Muse going? Dang, doesn't seem to be. But I gotta go to raid channel.
Let's see. All right. Let's go to Google here. Twitch channels to raid.
You can hit up that guy Iffy, who I said I was gonna, get on the show, and he softly committed. He's only streaming Apex Legends. He's got over 100 viewers right now. He probably won't notice us.
Well, I'm going on Twitch. I'm looking up some people here.
I feel like we should know more Twitch channels. Fuck it, I'm sending this to Iffy. He's playing Apex Legends. Everybody stick around. We're going over to If D's. Great name.
If these nuts.
That is the joke.
Yeah, I know.
I know. I love it.